Cheers. Welcome to Cooking While Drunk. Something simple. Vermouth, some fresh fruit, some plum, a little bit of soda water, some ice. Just a simple little mixer. We should say spritzer. Delicious, refreshing, simple cocktail for a simple meal we're making tonight. Stuffed bell peppers. So let's start. We have here, I already had the oven on at 350 and I halved and roasted a couple of bell peppers. This is 4 bell peppers. I split in the middle, take out the veins and the seeds, face down, drizzle a little bit of oil, roast them for about 15 minutes or so. Now I have done in the past where you can lop off the top and do them where they're standing up like a bowl, except these were just misshapen, so it didn't quite work out that well. So in a pan here, I have a little bit of oil, and I'm going to add in 1/2 of an onion, which I forgot to grab a spoon. We're just going to sweat these onions. We really don't want to cook them down, we just want to sweat them. And this will take about 2 minutes. So we're going to sweat these onions, and then we're going to add in some garlic, and we'll be right back. Alright, add in some garlic. So that was a 1/2 of 1 onion, kind of a medium small onion, finely diced. This is 3 cloves of garlic, and you know, once you add in the garlic, don't leave, because you know how fast it comes together. So if you start to smell garlic, so we're looking here for, we just want to sweat. So I don't know if you can see that, but we just want to sweat it. We're not trying to saute or brown. That's why the sizzle you hear is so low. But once you start smelling the garlic, which I can now, I am going to turn up the heat a little bit, because now let's add our delicious ground pork. This is 1 pound of ground pork. You can use seasoned or unseasoned. I prefer unseasoned because we're going to add our own little seasoning to it.
Is there a reason why you did pork instead of chicken or beef?
I like pork.
Okay. And I don't like beef.
And you don't like chicken. Annika doesn't like chicken.
I do like chicken. What are you talking about?
Annika doesn't like chicken.
She's not even going to eat this because it's cooked bell pepper.
Yeah. I don't know. Last time I made this, I used beef, and this time I just felt like using pork.
No, I like pork, and I prefer pork over beef.
I never made this for you with pork.
No, not with pork. What I'm saying, I appreciate that you picked the pork because I prefer pork over beef.
Well, my idea was to make it chorizo style. I was going to do the ground pork. I was going to add all my spices and let it marinate overnight into a chorizo. I'm like, that might be a little too heavenly greasy, and I do say heavenly because greasy pork is heavenly. So we're going to let this saute for a little bit until the pork is cooked through. This will take about 8 to 10 minutes, alright? So when we come back, we're going to move to the next step, but in the meantime, we're going to let this cook through. We're going to grab our cocktail, we're going to have a sip.
Wait, you gotta cheers me. Let's see if I can do this without falling.
Cheers. I don't care if you fall, just don't drop my camera.
Wow.
Cheers. Thanks for watching Cooking While Drunk. We'll be right back in a little bit. So as soon as this is done, kind of browning, I am using a non-stick skillet because it'll brown, but it won't get too brown, because if you use what do you call it, stainless steel, you don't want it to overcook because then it'll get a little mealy. So we'll be back in about 8 minutes or so. Cheers. So as you can see, our ground pork is cooked with the onion and garlic. I'm going to push this to one side of the pan. I'm going to tilt the pan. I'm going to scoop out some of this liquid. I guess I should find a better spoon for that. And I have one right here. Yes, it's a metal spoon, but I'm not going to scrape it against the non-stick. And if you use beef, you might have to scoop out a little more because beef has a little more fat. So give it a tilt. And you might think it'll dry it off, but it really won't because we're going to add a can of diced tomatoes.
That was going to be my question. It's like you heard it in my head.
So now that we have this going, we're going to add 1 can of diced tomatoes, 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning. And Italian seasoning is basically marjoram, thyme, oregano, I think some rosemary. I don't know exactly, but this is just because I didn't have Italian seasoning. This is just thyme, oregano, and marjoram. And we're going to add a little bit of salt and pepper.
Is marjoram a herb by itself? So you can buy the marjoram plant and make your own?
Yes. We just don't see it often here. Some fresh ground pepper. Give this a stir. This is going to take just basically a minute to cook. You're not really cooking it, you just want to get it, heated through. Like I said, this is something you can use whether it's ground chicken, ground turkey, ground beef, pork.
Tofu?
You can use there's no such thing as ground tofu.
No, but you can chop it up. Break it.
Probably not, unless you buy the pre-pressed ones where there's no liquid. That would be the best one because tofu has a lot of liquid in it. And as you cook it down and you constantly take out the liquid, now that you can see the pork is cooked through, you're going to I'm going to kill the heat. I'm going to give it a taste. I'll check for seasoning. Even I think it needs a little more salt, but that's what the queen thinks.
If you think it, then I think it. Yeah.
So I'm going to give it little hints of salt. And I'm going to do it up one and add a pinch of pepper flakes. Pepper flakes will add just a little bit of heat. I mean, just a small pinch in this whole pan. It won't do a whole lot, but it'll just give it a nice little oomph. Give that a stir. Now, as you can tell, even though I added the tomatoes with the juice, you don't see a whole lot of liquid in there. All right. So next step is filling. Let's get this out the way. Let me get a pair of tongs. All right, to this mixture, sorry, I needed to sit. I had to take a quick break. I have 1.5 cups of rice. This is just steamed white rice. And if you want to use brown rice, go for it. If you want to use ground chicken or ground turkey and brown rice to make it healthier, hey, more power to you. Sorry, I made a mess.
Or quinoa or barley or something?
No.
No?
No, because it's not a grain. It's not the type of grain that would absorb. I think it'll be too like gritty, I think. That's just my opinion. I can try it like that next time. Maybe pearl barley, but not like the tiny barley. So we're gonna toss this all in. Making a mess here, but that's okay. If you don't make a mess when you cook, you ain't doing it right. Or as in Julia Child, the way she said is, I love cooking with wine. Sometimes I put it in my food. Which is inspiration for my channel. She really was. I love watching her old shows. So look how good that looks. Now this is enough for actually 6 peppers, but I only have 4 because I bought peppers and I thought I still had some in the fridge, and I guess I don't. So before we stuff, we're gonna do one last taste test. Let's get approval. That second hit of salt.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm. So now, these are not as hot anymore. They've been resting. We're gonna flip them over. The oven is still set to 350. Well, this time we'll have to get done. And I will, where's my spoon? Oh, we can use this one. Give these a little bit of stuff. So you're gonna fill each one and as we fill each one, we're gonna put them back in the dish. Oven is still set to 350. We're going to top them off with a little bit of cheese, and we'll be right back. Cheers, welcome back to Cooking While Drunk. Sipping on a blue moon. Need a little something different. We're making stuffed bell peppers today. So now I have them all stuffed. The hot box is set to 350. I have some sharp white cheddar. Do you know that yellow cheddar and white cheddar is the same damn thing? It's just yellow cheddar has annatto to help color it, but it tastes the same. So if you see sharp white cheddar, is better in dishes because of the color contrast. So we're gonna top it off. Should be nice. Oh, I don't think I shredded up enough cheese. You know what? Before I pop this in the oven, if I have to, I can. Oh wait, maybe enough. There we go. Alright, before I pop this in the oven, I'm going to just shred up a tiny bit more. Because I like more cheese. You like more cheese?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, before I pop this in the oven, I'm going to shred up some more cheese. This is going to go in the oven at 350 for about 15 to 20 minutes. Alright? So, thank you for watching Cooking While Drunk. Hey, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Find me on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. And don't forget, stir, stir, drink, or dish, dish, sip. Welcome back. Thank you for watching Cooking While Drunk. We are on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook at Cooking While Drunk. Tell me what you like, what you don't like. Tell me what you want to see. Give me some ideas, and I will do my best. So they're done. It's been about 18 minutes. They're nice and soft and tender. Once again, these are our stuffed bell peppers. Look how delicious they look. Simple, easy to make. Total time is like maybe 45 minutes. So easily have done. Prep time does take a few extra minutes, especially if you're like me. where I watch videos while I'm prepping, which means I'm... What happened? Rewind, rewatch. And so we're gonna let these rest for about 15 minutes, but you know what? We're gonna top them off with a little bit of green onion tops. You can use cilantro, parsley, whatever you like, but I love green onions. They're oniony, but they're not too pungent. There we go. So there you go. Once again, thanks for watching Cooking While Drunk. Tell me what you like and what you didn't like. Do you have a variation of this? I would love to give it a try. So cheers. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.